Hey y'all, welcome back. It's your girl Alicia P. Today we're going to be doing a fun video. Yes, I'm doing some stitch braids here on my girl. So we're going to first start off by giving this video a thumbs up. Okay, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And then I'm going to start by parting her hair down the middle, getting a crispy part, making sure that both sides are equal. Now this is the major key to having a crispy part. You gotta put product on the part. If you want a crispy part, I repeat, you have to put product on the part. And then redo the parting. And that's how you receive a crispy part. Extra crispy part. Yes, crispy, like how I like my chicken. Okay, so now that we got the part crispy, we're going to get all the extra hairs out the way. Okay, so now we're going to start by parting our half-shaped heart in the middle of her head. And I know the way that my camera is sitting right now, you can't see the way that I'm parting, but I will turn her around so you can see how I parted the middle into a half-shaped heart. So after you did your half-shaped heart, it should look like this. Voila. So now you're going to repeat the same process on the other side. You're going to take your middle section and part it into another half of a heart. I think I said that right. Don't forget to add product to your partings to help give you that more clean look. You want to make sure that both of your half-shaped hearts are equal. So as you can see, mine's are. I put the product on the parts so the parts are nice and clean. So I'm going to start off with one side of the heart and then work my way to the next side. So when it comes to doing stitch braids and having a neat, sleek braid, you have to make sure that you apply enough product for their hair. So if they have thick hair, you might need quite a bit of product. If their hair is a little bit thinner, you don't have to use as much. But once you apply the product to the parting, you have to smooth it in. Make sure all the product is combed in because you don't want to have the white residue from your product. So you have to make sure it's smooth out and smooth in. I usually start off by a little piece and then I section that into 3 pieces and then I braid probably like a couple times before I start adding hair in. And that usually give me a tight start, so a tight looking braid. And then you're going to use your comb to pick the pieces up from each side. And you want to make sure that you are picking up the same amount of hairs when you're doing each side so that you have an equal clean look. Because you don't want to pick up like a whole bunch of hair on one side and then not a lot of hair on the other side. So you have to make sure that when you use your comb that you're picking up the same amount of hair. Now, I've been doing this for a while, so I can sometimes do it without using a comb. But I recommend that if you're new to doing stitch braids that you use a comb, and it's not, a race thing. You want to take your time to make sure that, it looks nice and neat and clean. All right, so now we got our little half heart. We are going to do the same thing on the other side. Add the product to get it sleek. Section off our little small piece. Separate that into 3 pieces. Start off braiding a little bit. Then use your comb to add hair as you braid. And voila, there goes our heart. So cute. It is so cute. Okay, so we're going to start with our section on the side. And we're going to add just a little tiny braid before we add the bigger braids. So I'm going to section off the half section into another half section. So I'm going to just section off a very, very, very tiny part for the braid, the tiny braid. You have to think about, as you braid down, how the hair makes the braid thicker. So you have to make sure that the parting for the tiny braid is, tiny. Now you want to comb out the hair that you braid in so that it's smooth, and you're going to braid. You want to just make sure that your fingers are close to the scalp so that you can have a tight braid. And you also don't need to comb for this part. You just pick up the hair as you braid down, keeping your fingers close to the scalp. Once you finish your little braid, you're gonna go to the side, the first section. You're gonna part off for your little baby hairs. You know you gotta have those. Baby hairs, I don't know, I just love baby hairs. They just make any hairstyle pop. Like, you gotta have the baby hairs. You gotta. But yeah, so I section off the baby hairs, and now I'm going to add some product onto the big section because we're gonna do two big braids, and have them cross over. So we're gonna add some product so that we can get to stitching. So it's really the same technique as when we did the heart braids. You're gonna section off your small piece, subsection that into 3 pieces, braid a couple times, and then use your comb to add hair on each side. So when you're doing a crossover braid, you don't braid the braid all the way down to the nape. You want to stop the braid halfway through. So this braid will stop right at the ear, because then we're going to cross it over the little braid to braid it down to the end of the nape. So before we do the crossover, we're going to braid our second big braid first, and then we would do the crossover. So add your product, smooth it out, section a very small piece, subsection that into 3 pieces, start off braiding, and then use your comb to pick up hair as you braid down. Okay, so we're going to start our crossover method with this braid, and it's best to do this braid because it's bigger. So you're just going to go over the small braid and connect the hair to the other side. As you can see, I'm still using my comb to pick up hair from each side to braid, so you want to continue doing that all the way down to the nape. So now it's time to cross over the first braid. So you just want to add your product to your section, smooth it out, and connect the two. And now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. And if y'all feeling this video, make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please comment. Thank you. Didn't have time to finish the video because we were in school, but this was the finishing product. I love it. Her scalp is just a little yellow because I added a little oil on it, so mind your business. But thank you for watching.